All right, welcome back to the Onebar and Lupagus show. I am Onebar with Lupagus, and it is time to reach into that hairy sack and pull out some questions.
It's been a while since I reached into my sack and pulled. Just kidding, it hasn't been. But let's see what questions are out there on the minds of our viewers.
Yeah, there seems to be a general theme: draft chatter, Everson Griffen. So we'll hop right into it. First one, Mr. Stanley Maros, probably butchering his last name. Scale of 1 to 10, how much do you want to start over at quarterback, coach, and GM? 10 being you want to start the hell over immediately.
Okay, swallow an ice cube there. 5. I'm not really in the camp where I feel like an immediate complete turnover is what we need at this point. And after the next season, I could see this going way up to about a 9 or 10. I think the Vikings, you get Pierce back, you get Hunter back, add a couple pieces to the O-line. I think you're going to be contenders next year. So I don't think immediate change is going to help for. I think you take one more shot with what you got now, and then I look to blow the whole thing up.
It's a safe answer. It's a safe answer.
That's how I feel.
Well, Stanley, I'm glad you asked. I'll just go a pube above you. I'm gonna go like a 6.5. I mean, they're not gonna do it, but it seems like it's coming after next year, especially like you said, Zimmer, Kirk Cousins. The blow up could be coming, and it could be coming soon, but it won't be this year. But I'll be 6.5, because I want to kind of get it started, because it seems like we're going to be going through maybe a little bit of a couple of tough years possibly.
And Cousins has played well. You got to give him credit. So I don't really think, I just want to have a long-term option for the future. And as far as Zimmer goes, a little stale, I think, with some of his defense. And then I also his inability to make changes when things aren't working really baffles me. So those are two major issues I have with Zim.
All right, next up, Ed Dalton wants to know, do you think the Vikings will be bringing back Mr. Everson Griffen?
Why don't you start with that one?
Well, as we know, he had some very un-Viking friendly tweets over the weekend. He clearly wants to go there. Then today, he was on there again, basically saying how much he loves the Vikings, but he needs to get some help. He's going to go get that help. Tough question. Nobody knows the answer. Nobody knows what's really going on. Well, I think when all is said and done, the question is, do you think the Vikings bring him back? The answer I would say at this point would be no.
I'm going to say yes, but not this year. I think he comes back to sign that retirement deal, 1-year deal, 1-day deal, whatever it is. So yes, he will be back in purple before it's all said and over, all said and done, but it ain't going to be as playing on the field, at least not this next season.
Agreed. Next up, we'll stick with the Everson Griffen questions. AJ Barnes, do you think Everson has lost a step?
I don't. Yeah, he's lost a step. He's not as young and spry as he used to be, but he's still. If he was on the Vikings this year, he would have been hands down the best pass rusher on the team. Wouldn't have been close. I'm sure he would have led the team in sacks. So even if he has lost a step, he's still way ahead of anybody who's on the Vikings roster right now at this moment.
Yeah, 33 years old. He's definitely lost a step, but you covered that one well. So I hope he's playing in the league next year. Love watching that guy. I hope he's there. Yeah. I hope it's for some random team like the Cardinals, the Titans, maybe, just somebody that doesn't really affect us a ton.
Yeah, I can see him on the Titans. He looks good in those colors.
All right, the Mountain, the man, the myth, Corey Mountain. Who do the Vikings take with their first-round draft pick? Just one name apiece. That's it. If you say more than one name, you get buzzed.
You go first. I'm taking a sip.
Who do the Vikings take with their first-round draft pick? My name will be the defensive tackle from Alabama, Christian Barmore. Just such a huge need, and he's a guy that'll probably be around there in that area. So I'm trying to be realistic. Guy's a monster, and we're going to be talking about him probably in our next video about some draft picks that the Vikings, or some prospects that the Vikings could be looking at in round 1. So fills a need, would be great value at pick 14. And I think he's a guy that has not even come close to reaching his potential.
Yeah, I love him. He seems like a guy who is really flying up the draft boards. Going to be way up there by the time April rolls around. But I'm going to stick on the D line. I'm going to go with defensive end from Michigan, Kwity Paye. The Vikings pass rush was just so limp so flaccid all season long. They get Daniil Hunter back. You add this guy opposite him with DJ Wanham and Odenabo returning to his bench role. I like that foursome. I like it a lot. And I bring a lot of peanut butter and honey to that party.
Oh, that party sounds fantastic. Quiddy Pay. I'm trying not to get excited about him because I just don't think there could be a chance he's there, but I'm trying to get him out of my brain.
Never. Don't do it.
Giving me false hope. All right, Johnny Mantro. Johnny Mantro says, give me a surprise Viking that is gone next year. Surprise Viking.
Surprise Viking who's gone. I'm going to go Harrison Smith. He's up there in age. Not that the Vikings really have any replacement for him on the roster right now. Maybe they sign somebody in free agency. Maybe they get a draft guy they're really excited about. So go that route, and maybe they find a suitor for Harrison Smith. Someone loses a starter, some contender late in the preseason. They're able to make a trade, get whatever they can. Surprisingly, I'm going to say Harrison Smith.
Yeah, that would hurt. That would hurt the midsection quite a bit. Just a real nice ache there.
It would be sad.
Mine's lame. It's really not that. It could be surprising. It's just how good of a season he had. I'm going to say Riley Reef. They got just the fact that they got Ezra Cleveland waiting in the wings. He's going to be a good chunk of money coming back next year. So just having them just move on from him, and dude can still play. Had a hell of a year.
I think it'd be more surprising if he came back at his current salary. If he does come back, it'll be a restructure. So yeah, if they just flat out got rid of him and got nothing in return, it would be a bit of a surprise. If I won't.
All right, final one from Tony Prasca. How much would you give up for Deshaun Watson?
Wow. Well, I think I've gone first the last couple, so this one's yours to start.
Well, I'm going to give a real turd of an answer because what I would give up would not be enough to get him. So it's kind of irrelevant. I mean, they're talking like 4 first-round picks. I mean, just insane amount of draft picks. Yes, he is one of the best quarterbacks. I mean, he's a top 5 quarterback, and he's young, and he's been on a shitty team. Imagine him what he could do on a very good team. But as far as what I'd give up for him, I don't know, 2 first-round picks and maybe like some weird-ass mid-rounders if that's what it takes, but that would never be enough to get him.
Would you give up that Bruce the Barber action figure behind you?
Any draft picks?
No, just the Brutus.
Yes, I would.
Wow.
I wouldn't sleep for a while, but I would give it up.
Yeah, I would wait till I'm on the clock. If the guys I want are gone and there's no young quarterbacks, then I would look to make the trade. Then I would give them 14, a third this year, a first next year, probably another second and a third, maybe another fourth. So I would mix in. It would be 2 first-round picks, but one would be, the 14th pick, so it wouldn't hurt us too bad. And then I would just load the thing with some mid-round picks that maybe could escalate to not another first, but maybe another second or something.
So basically our answer is neither of us would give up anything close enough to get him.
Well, if they truly were going to look, I mean, no one's going to give him 4 firsts. That's ridiculous. No one's done that since the Minnesota Vikings for Herschel Walker. There's
some real crazy GMs out there that would do anything for a young quarterback.
Maybe, but man.
It won't be the Vikings. It won't be the Vikings.
No, and if they're going to, I don't want them to do that. You can't give up 4 first rounders.
Yes, that would be disgusting.
As sexy as it would be to have Deshaun Watson throwing the ball to Justin Jefferson, Adam Thielen, handing off to Delvin Cook. Whew.
Yeah, but then for the next 4 or 5 years, our defensive tackles, we'd be re-signing Jaleel Johnson to 1-year deals every year. And Shamar Stephen, at the age of 57 years old, would be playing D-tackle for us.
Yeah, we have Samia. Elfline would come back. O-line would be something else.
All right, our bag is empty. Our bag is completely dry. Thanks for sending in the questions. Look forward to the next mailbag. And that's it.
I love the mailbag. So fun.
It is fun.
Until the next time, remember this. Humans start lying at the age of 4.